Hey folks, I'm Donnie the Fuzzy Faced Fisherman. Thanks for joining me here in Red Dirt Country. I'm going to show you what Mystery Tackle Box has sent us for the month of March here at Red Dirt Fishing. All right, so March is an exciting month for fishermen. The seasons are changing, waters are warming up, and the pre-spawn, the spawn, it's happening all over the place, and it's an exciting time for us to. It's a little bit easier to find the fish. They're active, they're hunting, they're going after your lure. You're getting bit, right? And so I'm excited to see what Mystery Tackle Box has sent us this month. And without further ado, let's crack into this bad boy. This is the Bass Elite Mystery Tackle Box that we're getting into. Let's get her opened up here. And as usual, Googan making an appearance. First thing I see in the box. Now, last month was a very jig heavy month. That being said, I've got another jig here. I got a thick jig here. This guy, I'm not disappointed about. You can never have too many jigs in a tackle box, and this is actually a 1/2 ouncer. So I don't have too many 1/2 ounces. I've got primarily a 3/8 ounce. I got a couple 3/4 ounce ones as well. But the 1/2 ounce ones, I'm going to add that one to the collection. I love the darker colors in my neck of the woods because the red dirt really mucks up the water. It gets it some nasty colors, and it doesn't take much wind to really get that water churning. And my neck of the woods, the wind is usually blowing. So yeah, these darker colors I'm excited to have. Well, since that was a jig, I'm going to pull the next one out. It's also a jig. The Sparky all-purpose jig. All right, this guy here. I gotta make a comment about all the speckles on him. he's a speckled jig. What is this? 3/8 ounce. I guess this is supposed to be a bluegill color. I'm gonna take him out of the package here. Get a better look at the skirt. That's a wild. Got some yellow or chartreuse in there. Look at that. Quite interesting. Just general head. Quite a long weed guard. Have to take some trimming on that one. But that's the second bait coming out of the Mystery Tackle Box. All right, so this is a big box coming out of the package. I'm gonna get rid of the baggage for you. Mike Bucca's bluegill, right? The bullgill. This guy right here. I'll tell you, I've got a different color. This is a fun color. I'm happy to have another color of this one. It's a huge bait. And in my neck of the woods, I don't get the opportunity to fish with a lot of big baits, so I don't have a whole lot of them. This one adding to the tackle box is an exciting thing. But check out the color on that. That's pretty slick. It's almost a purpley pink maybe. It's got the bright red eyes. I love the action I get on these baits though. These guys here, I've got a couple specific ponds. Actually, I'm going fishing in them tomorrow. I will add that to my tackle box to go with me. But the action I get from those Mike Bucca lures is I'm going to say unique, but it is, and it's a good lure. I've caught fish on it many times. At least not that one, the other one, different color. So next one coming out here is going to be a square bill. Right, it's from Weston. I've grown a fan of Weston. I'll be honest with you, I've never fished with Weston baits until I started this Mystery Tackle Box subscription, and they haven't let me down. I'm a pretty big fan of Weston baits. This is square bill. It's got that classic. I don't want to say it's KVD colors, but it's it's that typical bass lure color. I love the gradient colors on it, and the detail on it I think is quite nice. It's hard for the camera to pick it up, but you can see the scales actually on it. It's pretty slick little lure. It's a floating 1.5 inch lure. Right on. Next one, got another crankbait. Ironically, it's another square bill. All right, and Googan doubling up in this box. The banger from Googan. Look at the paint job on the top. I don't know if you can see it. Kind of hard to make out the glare of the lights. But pretty slick little lure. I'm digging the color. That's I don't think I've got that color yet. But square bills are prime this time of year, especially with the amount of cover I like to work around. I've got several docks on the main lake I fish, and these square bills I'll bounce this sucker off those docks all day long. All right, moving on. What do we got here? Bio Spawn showing up in the tackle box. Got the Exo Swim 4-inch. These little swim baits. These are fun. You know, they're pretty. It's a pretty robust lure here. These baits are fun to play with because you get all kinds of action out of them depending on how you want to fish them. You can fish them fast, you can fish them slow, you can fish them higher in the water column, you can fish them a little bit lower. They're really pretty versatile. But the color on this one, I don't know if I'm going to show it to you again. It's almost translucent. It's kind of got a, I don't know. It's transparent. It's like a translucent color to it. It's cool. I'm digging it. So yeah, 4 inchers, Exo Swim from Bio Spawn. Got some more soft plastics coming out of the box. These Zuki bugs. These things are wild, man. I tell you, the thing about these Zuki bugs is they have got so many appendages. They are crazy with the appendages. I'm going to show these to you. And the good thing about these appendages, if you don't want them, you know, you can cut them off, chew them off, whatever. But look at these things. These things are wild. Look at that. That's definitely a creature bait to I can't see a whole lot of fish you're probably going to see before, but it's you know, I'm gonna call it a light soft plastic. It is incredibly light, very thin, but all these appendages here, I'm sure you're going to get a lot of action out of it. I've used these before. I'll tell you, the hooks that I like to use, I'm not real wild about the way the head is shaped on it. If you see, it's kind of it's just the way that I rig them up here. I will say though, the rear end of these things is great for a trailer. I've been known to just cut them in half and use the rear end for a trailer. It's a three-piece tail, and I'm not real wild about that. I'll usually take off this middle piece and just leave the two, like so. And that's a trailer I'll use. But these suckers are long. They're very, very lanky, and you get all kinds of wiggle out of them. But it's a very thin, light, soft plastic. I don't have a whole lot of success with it by itself, but I have used it as trailers before and caught fish with it. Next, it's another soft plastic coming out of the box. It's gonna be a beaver tail. So, got a lake fork. I'm not even going to show you the bag because you're not going to be able to see it. I'll just pull one out of the bag. Alright, this is what the bag looks like. Lake fork lures. But, look at this guy. A little beaver tail. Got some legs on him. But, fun little beaver tail. I like the flake. Green and purple flake on him. But I don't have a whole lot of yellow soft plastic. So, that's going to be nice. I'll put him back in there. And of course, with that amount of soft plastics, knowing Mystery Tackle Box the way that I do, doesn't surprise me that I've got some hooks in here. I got some EWG must-add hooks. What are these? 4/0? Yep, 4/0 must-add hooks. And that brings us to the paperwork, right? So, as always, you know, we got a little "this is what's in the box" sheet. That's always handy to have. They tell you what all these lures are supposed to be worth. I'll be honest with you, I've never gone on Amazon or anywhere else to double check them. I don't particularly use it for the price. It's more of an inventory. But we do got stickers. Mystery Tackle Box sticker this month is the classic largemouth pose, if you will. And we've got the lunchtime reading. All right, Dibbles, tips, and tricks. And as usual, you know, I will say that these things are not worth passing up. I'll take this sucker to work with me every month when I get it, and give it a read once, twice, sometimes even 3 times over at lunchtime. Just they're entertaining. You get through it pretty quick in about 10 minutes. It's about a 10-minute read, but there's all kinds of fun stuff in here. How to get a quick limit of early season trout. I mean, I'm not a trout fisherman, but there's a little bit of everything in here for you know, whatever you happen to be fishing for. But that brings us to the bottom of the box, and that's it, guys. I appreciate you joining me. If you stuck around this long, guys, I am Donnie the Fuzzy Faced Fisherman. Until next time, tight lines to you.